I saw those videos and I said, I'm coming. Yo, December in Nigeria.
Yes.
It's too much.
Bafuthu. So bafana ba le ba ka marakampa ya Nigeria, bafana ba go Lagos, ditloholo tsa bo Okocha, bafana ba le ba o Fragile of Rice, ba nya go retela ka matrikwana. So artist ya rena Tyla ne sentsena a performe go Nigeria ona le concert taso. So bafana ba le ba nya go boycotta concert ya artist ya rena because ko South Africa ba re hona le di xenophobic attacks. So to misa. So kam khobitsing Tyla sentsena tsena ka marakampa ya Lagos ilo tiskima bafana ba le ba jalo fries. So shiba le bafana ba le ba nya go shapa Tyla ka tswafa ba palla go betha government ya bona. So ba nya go boycotta concert e iralang ya Tyla ko Nigeria ore asa performa taso asa lenda va ya ka marakampa ya South Africa ke tlhaka marampa go na le xenophobic attacks. So ba magitso rexi governmental na e corrupt ke eng ke le thomang ka yona le matcha le boycotta against governmental na di artists di tlile ho performa di tlile mo country ya lena ho performa ene ba ilo tsena ka dipampiri di visa if di anya ke street aba tsene ka matrikwana aba tsene ka di crocodile aba tsene ka mekabelo ba tla straight via Spain ba performa e fetsa ba tsamaya aba overstay le di stay tsa bona. So tlhaka no maramba ba fana ba le batla rile ba re se ntho ngwe le ngwe na le South African mo lebitsong la yona a renya go e bona ka marakampa ya Nigeria ke tlhaka no di jive marampa di flop ba futhu mara re tla bona if the boycott will still stand or Tyla vela o tlo performa mara for more updates la ngitse ba futhu maphambuka aka se le shape ka tswafa tango.
All right, so first of all, there will be no Tyla show in Nigeria. It is not happening. So this is a message to the show organizers and the show promoters that are bringing Tyla into Nigeria, that show is not happening. Not when Chidima Adeshina is battling deportation in court in South Africa. In Nigerian, is battling deportation in court. And you want to bring in Tyla. Then you will sell tickets. Then Tyla will make money off Nigerians. These same Nigerians that South Africa hates so much that they are hunting the Nigerians down and even killing them. Then you are bringing Tyla into this country. This is a warning to you. If you go ahead with that show, we will come to that showground and we will bring it down. We will bring the whole show down. We don't care what will happen. We'll face the consequences. Some people might even lose lives. And this is not jokes. We don't want Tyla in this country. And that is what it is. Right? You see, this whole thing about xenophobia didn't even start now. A lot of you just, maybe some of now just started to use this internet, right? I'll take you back to 2019. 2019 xenophobic attack from South Africans to Nigerians was so crazy that I was crying like a baby. I even posted it on my Instagram then. I had to bring it down because of community guidelines. It was so crazy. A video where South Africans would chase down Nigerians on the streets. They will carry stick, hit them on their head until they are unalive. It was not a joke. It was crazy. The videos was crazy. You think it's all these videos you are seeing now? Back in 2019, it was bloody and it was crazy. I was watching these things. I was crying that a black man, somebody with my skin tone, with my skin color, will hunt me down because I'm in your country. For what reason? You claim that I'm taking your jobs and I'm taking your women. That is why you are hunting me down and then you are unaliving me. In 2019, it was so crazy that a lot of celebrities started speaking up. And that is the reason why Burna Boy can no longer go to South Africa. It was so crazy. These are the tweets that Burna Boy made then. Because Burna Boy was one of the first that spoke. Then YC and some other person spoke, right? So Burna Boy tweeted, I have not set foot in SA since 2017, and I will not ever go to South Africa again for any reason until the South African government wake the fuck up and really perform a miracle, because I do not know I do not know how they can even possibly fix this. It was a mess. Then he said, and am I a bagger? It's fuck AKA from now on. And if you're done with him, fuck you too. I respect you too. I respect you too much. Please don't throw my respect out of the window, because I swear you will fly out with it. It was a whole lot, right? It was a whole lot on social media. People were angry because of what South Africans were doing then. Then fast forward to 2026, they are back with the same thing again. And now you want to bring their artists here. Again, even after Burna Boy said he was not going back, Burna Boy went again and thought about it and said, no, we should be uniting Africans. No, we should be uniting Africans. And then he posted this show. The first of many. Part of the proceeds will be donated to the victim of xenophobic attack by me. I really hope we can all keep contributing in our own way to make the world a better and a safer place for each other. African Unite is bigger than all of us. So African Unite concerts, they were supposed to go and do it in South Africa. As you can see, 23rd November, Hillcrest Quarry, Durbanville, Cape Town, right? Guess what? Let's look at the comment. Stay at home. We don't want you here. So whoever think that what is happening to Tyla now is harsh, they did worse. Say, stay at home. We don't want you here. Leave our country alone. This was in 2019. As you can see, look at the dates. Leave our country alone. South Africa must chase you off the stage. You and the bloody organizers are taking us for granted. Go and unite Africa somewhere else, not Nzensi. But you said you won't step foot again in South Africa again. This was when he said he was angry about the whole thing. And he said, I'm not coming. And then he went back and said, okay, you know what? We need to bring ourselves together. Let's unite as one. But they refuse. They treat us because they hate Nigerians. They hate other black nations. They hate it so much. Look at the tweets. People were so upset and people were so angry. And this girl is coming to Nigeria now after what they have done these past few weeks. Did you see the video where South African police were pouncing and strangling a Nigerian? South African immigration? In that same South Africa, DJ Big N went for an event and he was shot. Candy Blaze went for an event and she was robbed. In that state of South Africa, you don't see South African celebrities speaking up against all of this because they are all in it together. A South African came to Nigeria and something happened to him. We all rallied around to make sure it was okay. And then they were sent back to their country. Because we see them as our brother, but they don't see us like that. So we don't want Tyla in this country. See, the organizers, I'm telling you for free. And don't take my word for a joke, because of course you know now, we get the full soldier, the rattle movement are everywhere. Don't play. You people will learn, for real. We don't want that girl in this country. And also, the other side of it, she's coming to take our jabs. How do they call it? Our jab. Look at the video of her. Say, look at this Ayastar song. Look at the recent song that she released.
Who's that girl about to make a purchase? I'm talking diamonds.
Don't even follow Ayastar, they drag short skirts. We know Ayastar short skirts. She won't take Ayastar job. She wants to take our job. This one now is obvious. Not even a provider. You want to take our job. We don't want you here too. It's the same thing. We have Ayastar. Ayastar is doing well. She sings better. She sings better. Ayastar is way better. We have Ayastar. If we want a show with a short skirt girl, with a pretty girl, Ayastar is there. We'll carry our area. Any day, anytime, we are picking Ayastar over you 1 million times. We don't want you here. Please, stay in your country. We don't want you here. Thank you very much. Yeah, you people are even very lucky that Nigerians are not even extreme, because Nigerians still see the skin as we are like siblings. They still see you as our brothers. We would have been hunting down all the South Africans and all the South African business in this country. But I will not support that. But the one that is obvious to send you the message, we will send that message. We don't want you people here. Please, stay in your country. Tyla, stay in your country. Eh? Thank you. Peace and love, don't play. And if people decide to play, you will learn, and you will learn the hard way. The organizers are intending to bring in Tyla. We don't want her here. Bye.
Tyla is having a show in December in Nigeria, and that show must not happen. This is the one time Nigerians have to come together and stand for something. Not after the xenophobic attacks that we saw in South Africa and how immigrants, and especially Nigerian immigrants, were treated. Not one word from Tyla, not even performative activism from her. She never spoke about it, but all of a sudden she wants to have a show in Nigeria. I even think that is very insulting to the intelligence of Nigerians. Assuming that we are so spineless that we would welcome her into Nigeria with open arms without the consideration of what happened and what's been happening in South Africa. This is the one time Nigerians have the opportunity to stand for something. And if Nigerians go for that show, then I can finally say that all hope is lost and Nigerians are indeed a spineless population. Zimbabweans did it. They boycotted South African artists in Zimbabwe. It's not about Tyla. I have no beef with her, but it's about coming together as a people and saying, no, we have a voice and that voice matters. If you really love Tyla as a Nigeria, which by the the way, is okay. You love her music, you love her. Apply for a South African visa, take a flight from Nigeria, go to South Africa and attend her shows. That show must not happen in Nigeria. We need to, for one time, come together as a people and make a statement. We are not a population of people that should only matter when it has to do with entertainment, your shows, your tours, and your concert. But when we are killed by xenophobes in your country, attacked and driven out of your country unfairly by people who are just exuberantly passionate without any sense of knowledge on how immigration works, people who don't want to hold their government accountable, they just want to go on the streets and drive foreigners away from their country. We're not going to take that. Tyla must not have that show. We have Nigerian artists. Why is she coming to Nigeria to take away our jobs? She's coming to take away our jobs. We don't want foreigners. We have our own musicians. They can do the shows in our country. We don't want South African musicians or celebrities who are not speaking up against xenophobia to come to our country to be platformed. And if that show happens, like I said, then Nigerians are indeed a spineless people. Even if it happens, please make sure you go with your placards. Make sure you chorus no to xenophobia. Make sure you stage something that will be monumental for people to see that we do not condone xenophobia, and it's not something that should be accepted towards Nigerians and other African nationalities.
Brother Solomon, is it Solomon Bucci, or Solomon Buki, or Solomon Buki? I'm not really sure of the pronunciation, but I tried my best. How are you doing, brother? And all the people from Nigeria, my people from Nigeria, how are you guys doing? Me, you know, I'm always good, I'm always nice. Me, I always have no problem. I always have no problem. So I see that there's something that's happening in Nigeria right now as of late. I've been going through social media and I've been seeing a lot of Nigerians. Tyla is set to perform in Nigeria in December. So Nigerians are saying that they want to boycott his show. They will not attend that show because of everything that has been happening in South Africa during the xenophobic attacks and all those things, which are still happening even today, actually. So I want us to talk about this as sober citizens. I'm a South African citizen. You guys are Nigerian citizens. I still have some Nigerians who are here in my country. You also have South Africans who are there in your country. So right now we are not going to talk as politicians. I don't want us to get into politics. I want us to talk as human beings, as humans, as Africans, right? Because if we want to get into politics, we will never win. And what I understand about Solomon Bucci, you are very influential in Nigeria. If you have close to 1 million followers, it means you're a very influential person. And I've been going through your page and I see that you are someone who has a good heart. You have a very good heart. You always inspire people to live good, get married and all those things. So I salute your stance. I salute who you are and what you stand for. So, but when I see you falling into the trap of politics and influencing your people to also fall into the trap of politics and feeding the machine, my heart gets sore because I think we will not have a great future. We are not teaching the kids how to live together for tomorrow. Because if you can look at it nicely, all these things that are happening are politics, right? These are just politics. All these things don't just happen each and every day. It is only when it's time for elections when these things happen, where you'll find that South Africans will become influenced to hate other African people. That's just the game that they play in order for them to get into power. They use Africans are stealing our jobs. Africans are selling drugs. Africans are doing human trafficking in our countries to lie to South Africans so that they can vote for them. Do you understand? So that's just what they use so that South Africans can vote for them. And you need to understand that South Africans, our president is always saying that South Africans are not xenophobic. There's a reason why he's always saying that. South Africans are just influenced. Like, there are people who they think will change their lives, who come up because they have influence, and they come up with a story. Because the way people behave is just the way somebody else has designed them to behave. Like, they behave by design. Do you understand? It's by design. It's not that South Africans are xenophobic. It's not that South Africans hate Nigerians. South Africans don't hate Nigerians because they live with Nigerians. It's been years and years we've been living with Nigerians. But there comes a time where there are, and I know that you're a church goer, you understand about spirituality. You understand? All these things are spiritual. They hijack their minds. Do you understand? Spiritually so that they can act the way they want them to act, so that they can fulfill their political dreams. So let us put politics aside right now and speak as humans. You know, Nigeria and South Africa combined, we can actually put Africa can turn into the biggest economy in the world with Nigeria and South Africa combined. So there's someone who benefits when Nigeria and South Africa are not united, because these are actually the biggest economies in Africa. With these two economies united, we can we can compete with your United States of America. We can compete with China. We can compete with the United Kingdom. We can compete with Russia. Do you understand? Because if Nigeria and South Africa can unite, all the other African countries will be forced to unite. So there's someone who benefits when we are always fighting, because South Africa and all countries are businesses. Let me put it like that. All countries are businesses. So Africa, if it's united, it can become the biggest business in the world. So the people who own our countries, because our countries are not owned by us, they're actually owned by other countries. So there are other countries who are the first world countries who benefit a lot when Africa is not a competition to them, because they stay in power, they stay calling the shots. Do you understand? So, but if we want our continent to be the biggest economy in the world, we need to do away with these politics as citizens. Because the politicians are the ones who made sure that we do not unite as people. It's the politicians, because we look at the politicians because as they are the ones who are going to save us. They are the ones who are going to make sure that they build our hospitals, give us jobs and all those things. If we can just put that aside and speak as humans, you will see that politics are just a game. But as people, we've been living together for a very long time. We have kids with Nigerians. Nigerians have kids with South Africans. Do you understand? So right now, when you influence people to boycott Tyla's show, Tyla is just a 24-year-old. She does not know anything about politics. She's not even based in South Africa. And the only time she comes to South Africa is when she's coming to perform, just like how she's coming to perform in Nigeria. Do you understand? So right now, if you want to punish Tyla for what politicians have influenced South Africans to do, then we are moving backwards. And we have always been saying that South Africans, they are not okay upstairs. So if you guys also want to act like South Africans right now and say wrong for wrong, how are we going to progress as a continent? If you guys want to act like South Africans, because right now you guys should be the bigger person right now and say that the way South Africans treat us, we are not going to do what they do. Because remember in 2019, there were other xenophobic attacks in 2019 in Gauteng and in Pretoria, and Burna Boy stood up and he spoke about it, and they used AKA to actually counterattack that. And then there was a fight between AKA and Burna Boy, which ended up leading to Burna Boy had a show at FNB Stadium. It ended up being cancelled, that show, because South Africans did not buy those tickets to go and support Burna Boy, because he stood up and said that all the things that are happening in South Africa are foolish, they are stupid. If they are Nigerians, please be safe, or please come back home, and all those things. And Burna Boy was right. You understand? He was not wrong. And I'm not also saying that you are wrong what you're saying. You're not wrong. But you need to look at it in another way. That if right now we want to feed into the machine of politics. As a continent, we are still going to, there's never going to be change. So right now, we need to get rid of politics. Right now. And I'm urging you guys, I'm actually asking you guys in Nigeria to not act the way South Africans are acting. Be the bigger person for the better of Africa. I keep on saying, Nigeria and South Africa combined, Africa can become the biggest business in the world, the biggest economy in the world. Your minerals plus our minerals, your government plus our government, it can become the best economy in the world. We can become the best economy in the world. Mina, I'm tired of always, when Americans speak about Africa, they speak of third world countries. They speak of a place where they have to go and do charity. I'm tired of all those things. And we have the good, we have everything here. We have the resources that can put us at the top. But because we are allowing politicians to actually use us for their own selfish gains, there's never going to be a better tomorrow for the youth. Let us not teach the youth how to act, how the old people have taught us to act. Let us teach the youth to live together. Because as I was saying, Tyla is a very small child. She knows nothing about politics. Let us not influence the kids to hate each other. Let us be better than politicians. Let us act better than politicians and not teach our people to hate each other the way politics are teaching us how to hate each other. That is my plea. I hope everything I said in this video will be understandable. Thank you, guys.
Yo guys, okay, my 2 cents on Tyla and her performing in Lagos and Nigerians saying, no, we must come together in solidarity, stand together, she cannot perform in Lagos. And I'm like, okay, at work, at your own job, right? They hired you for job description and that's the things that you have to do, your duties. As a musician, what is her duty? Is to make the music, promote the music, and like keep it pushing, right? Nobody's coming to tell you to do things that are outside of the job description. So why is she? Because musicians now have a platform, they automatically have to become activists. They must do, speak out. No, she doesn't have to do any of that. It would be nice, don't get me wrong, but it's not her job description. 1, 2, Tyla is fucking rich. Like, if she doesn't perform in Lagos, she'll perform in the US, she'll perform in India, you know what I mean? She will still make her money. 2, 3, even if the show gets cancelled, how the fuck does that solve the problem? Like, first of all, do you guys even understand why South Africans are xenophobic? Or it's always, we're done listening. 1, 2, why are there so many Nigerians in South Africa? Why are there so many Nigerians everywhere in the world? Why can't Nigerians stay in Nigeria? Like, what's the problems that Nigerians are leaving Nigeria? We don't stand in solidarity for those problems. Like, the things we should be angry about, the things that we should all come together and fight, those ones, it's, vibes now. Nah, so, yeah, it gets us to be. But Tyla coming to Lagos to come and do her own music, or even if it's cancelled, it's not cancelled. It doesn't make sense because it's not stopping the problem. We need to start looking at problems and looking at solutions and solutions to the problems, not distracting ourselves by, like, what are we distracted by right now?
According to public reports and interviews, Tyla emphasized that she is proud of her South African heritage while also expressing appreciation for support from fans around the world, including Nigeria. Her response encouraged people to focus on music rather than online arguments. She highlighted that African artists benefit when they support one another instead of creating unnecessary divisions. This message has been welcomed by many fans, while others continue to debate the issue. Hello everyone. Welcome back to News and Gist VLOG. Today's story has sparked conversations across Africa and beyond. South African Grammy-winning singer Tyla has once again found herself at the center of online discussions involving Nigeria. Fans from both countries have been debating her comments, her music, and her identity. Whether you agree or disagree with Tyla's comments, one thing is clear. She remains one of Africa's biggest international stars. The discussion also reminds us how quickly social media can amplify stories. As fans, it's important to focus on verified information and avoid unnecessary division. What do you think? Did Tyla handle the situation well? Share your opinion respectfully in the comments. If you enjoyed this update, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more breaking news and entertainment